What do you think of the men in London?
They're quite good, yeah.
Like, I look for someone that's humble, first of all.
Humble.
Yeah. London, they're not a lot of that.
Man up, settle
Like her.
down.
You don't have
yeah.
to keep like.
If you like her, tell her none of these like games and messing.
Like they should pursue more, and they should kind of. I don't know how to say it, but like be very concrete about the person. Like if they're interested in someone, pursue them.
Basically, you think the men in the UK are pussies?
Yes.
Well, there you go. Hey guys, it's Troy Francis. We are here in central London to interview some people about the current dating scene, what the difficulties are, and how they're overcoming those challenges. So we're here with Sherry, and I want to ask you a very important question, which is, what do you think of the men in London?
The man in London, multicultural, and they're quite good, yeah.
All right, let's put it this way, right? So what is it that women are looking for in 2024 from a man?
It's hard to find a serious one here.
Hard to find a serious one.
Yeah, of course women would like to have a commitment with someone that will give his best to look after her, yeah.
So you're looking for something maybe longer term, but a lot of these dudes, maybe they're not serious. They're not hanging around.
Mostly, yeah.
Why do you think that is? Is it the kind of guys you're going for, or what's the situation?
Maybe it depends on the situation and what kind of man you are dating to, yeah.
What's your ideal kind of guy, if you could describe him?
My kind of guy.
Yeah, what kind of dudes do you go for?
I'll go for first who's Christ believer. Anyway.
Christ believer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Religious wine, yeah.
Okay, that's nice to hear. So what about things like his money or his job or his status? What about those things?
Money is not that really important, because if he is a hardworking person, of course he can earn and he can feed me.
He can feed you. You need to be fed. How long have you lived here for?
In here, like
In England?
10 years, yeah.
Yeah? From Philippines?
Oh, how did you know?
Because you told me before.
Oh, did I?
And how do you like it? How do you like it? How do British men compare to Filipino men?
Oh my gosh. Of course, with a cultural background is different, really. But a lot of Filipino men are here as well.
Of course, of course. So would you date a dude who's like earning less money than you?
Than me.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't matter. I told you, if he's a hardworking person, money, you can establish the money later on.
Yeah, it's as long as he gets there in the end, right?
Yeah, that's more
Good
important
stuff.
than you. Yeah.
So basically, you are looking for a high-quality Christian man who's going to give you commitment.
Yeah, of course, yeah. And of course, if he's got money, then it's
Even better.
Yeah.
What is it? Why? Just finally, before you go, what is it? Why is it that you think that you're not getting commitment from these guys? I mean, how are you meeting them? Are you meeting guys on like the apps or through face to face or what?
When you do a dating site, of course,
Yeah.
you're gonna meet him in person later on, isn't
Yeah,
it? Eventually, you're gonna meet the person, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I'll just you need to maybe to learn his motive
It's love language.
and love language. I don't know.
What's your love language?
I don't know.
Mine's my.
Woman.
Good stuff. Well, it's lovely to meet you. Have a great rest of the day shopping, and see you soon.
Take care. Yeah. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
I'm here with the lovely Ali, and we are here to discuss modern dating. So, first of all, you told me off camera you're not actually dating anybody at the moment. Is that true?
Yes, it's true. I pose it for a bit.
You pause for a bit. And is there any particular reason for that? Is it because of the dating scene in London, or?
As well, let's say. I mean, people here, they're very busy and they don't actually look for like something serious. So I want something serious.
She wants something high quality woman. So what are the characteristics that? Well, let me put it this way to you: in 2024, what are women looking for in men, and are men delivering?
I like my personal opinion. Like, I look for someone that's humble, first of all.
Humble.
Yeah. London, there are not a lot of them.
Maybe it depends. I mean, where are you going out? Where are you meeting these dudes?
Well, so I work mainly Mayfair kind of thing.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah.
That's, yeah. So obviously I'm going to stop doing that. No, not anymore. And then I'd say, I don't know. They need to have their shit together, that's for sure.
What does that mean, though, specifically?
Like, I don't know, a good job, I'd say, live on their own.
Live on their own?
Yeah.
Like, no
friends, no family. And
parents? What if he lives with his mum?
No.
Mum's basement?
I mean, if he's over 30 years old, I'd say that's a big red flag. If he's
it's a red flag. So is it like, cutting to the chase? Yeah. Is it all about the money, would you say?
It's not about the money. It's never about the money. I have 2 jobs. I don't care about money.
But you wouldn't date a brokey?
A broke. I mean, there are plenty of jobs you can apply and go work if you like.
Would you date a guy who earns less money than you?
Yeah.
You would?
I wouldn't mind, yeah.
Would you? Okay. That's cool. Okay. So you're not like overly, because some women, particularly, you mentioned Mayfair, and I go out there quite a lot, and you know what the scene's like. It's very superficial. People are it's all about the cars, it's all about the money and all that. But you're not really sort of bought into that.
No, I mean, most of them around that area, they pretend to have money, they don't actually have them.
Well, that's true, isn't it? That's true.
Yeah, I'm not. No, it's for me. It's not about the money. Absolutely. Obviously, again, if you are independent, that's what I look for. I'm okay with like splitting dinners and holidays and stuff. I don't mind.
Really, you split the bill? Okay.
I mean, sorry, if you treat me once, why not? I can treat you once. Or
here we go. This is what we want to hear, isn't it? This is like But you seem like somewhat atypical. I mean, because a lot of women, particularly here, in these big cities, they tend to be looking for these guys who are sort of what they perceive to be high rollers. But like you said, problem is a lot of these dudes, they don't actually necessarily have the dough. Like they're putting it out there, but they don't necessarily, the cards are maxed out. It's not really quite what it seems on the surface. But I mean, what are the key things that you think guys need to do to step up? Because a lot of guys are really having a problem with dating. They're having problem finding a girl, even getting matches on like the dating apps and stuff like that.
Well, I don't know. They should, first of all, be more like straightforward, especially when it comes to, do you want a relationship or you don't want a relationship? You want something more casual or you're not. Yeah. So I think that's a big thing to say from the beginning. Yeah. Obviously, you can't know straight away, like the first 10 minutes of the date or anything, but, by the end of the date, you know if you want to see that person again, and if you think that you can build something for the future or not.
Yeah, for sure.
London, it's a bit like, they like to be a bit confused about a thing, so just
keep it ambiguous.
Yeah.
But I mean, reading between the lines, it sounds like maybe you've had some situations where maybe commitment, and maybe the commitment you've wanted hasn't been like forthcoming from the dude. Do you know why that might be? Is there a particular pattern around that, or it's kind of guys you're choosing maybe, or?
Probably. I think most of them, they just like to have a lot of options. They like to look around. So they're never like fully content about what they have. Although, I mean, I consider myself being a good potential girlfriend, but they're
high quality woman.
Thank you. But yeah, they're always kind of on the hunt kind of thing.
But do you think women are as well? Because the whole dating app scenario, there's always something better out there, isn't there? Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying?
It depends a lot of how you've grown up as well. I don't know, how you've been brought up as well. And I don't know, if you choose to live in London just for that reason, it's nice.
Is it possible, and I don't want to be like intrusive, but is it possible that you've like selected guys who are quite elite guys and they've had a lot of options, and maybe that's why commitment's been tricky, because they're in that situation where they're being sort of like sought after, and so they're like, well, I've got a lot of options here, so I don't need to settle down with that one goal?
No, I mean, I think at the beginning they're like, they love bomb the person, so they're like all over you and stuff like this, and then slowly like either fizzles out or they don't show that much interest.
But what I'm saying is, maybe if you found like some dude and he's like living in suburbia, he's got a kind of middling sort of job, middling sort of income, maybe I'm sure there'd be dudes out there. You're obviously an attractive woman. I'm sure there'd be dudes out there who would be like, I want to just commit and I want to give everything to you. But maybe for you, those dudes are a bit, you know, that they're not kind of on your radar. You know what I'm saying? Because they maybe like feel like too low level.
Not really, to be honest. I don't like someone that's intimidated by me. Like if I
For sure.
to go out with friends in restaurant or a bar or whatever, and you don't come to me to say hello or introduce yourself, I'm not attracted to that. So
Fair enough.
they think already they are below me. Why would I date them?
But is it possible that there are some guys that you're just screening out because they're kind of a bit boring, they're a bit sort of like, let's say average kind of dudes, you know? Like average job, average income, average looks. Is it possible that there are some good guys out there that maybe, not just you, but women in general, they might be screening out?
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. I agree with that. Yeah, again, it's not always about the money or about looks. I'm not attracted to that. I'm more like about the energy and vibes, but you know.
Fair enough. Okay. And you mentioned Romania. So the question is, Andrew Tate, big fan? Any further comment?
No, absolutely. He doesn't deserve any comments.
Okay, that's interesting. Well, I think it's just like, I don't know. I think dating is hard for both genders. I think for guys it's very hard because, or for many guys it's hard because they're having trouble at the beginning, you know, the outset, actually getting through the door to meet a girl and to get dates. But then I think it's kind of harder for women as it goes on, because then you're looking for that commitment from the right guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
London, it is a bit tricky, to be honest. You might find someone at some point. Dating apps, I'm not doing dating apps anymore.
yeah, I don't really like
A bit
them.
of a waste of time and energy, I'd say. But yeah.
How would you like to meet someone then? Would you like guys to come up to you and say hello in the daytime or at night time or?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I don't know. I don't really like, if I go out with my friends, I don't really like to be approached by like stranger people, because you know, if you go out in a club or something, the main purpose, most of the times, main purpose is just one kind of thing. So, yeah.
Well, what is the main purpose? Just to
I mean, just to end the night together kind of thing. Just
what, with the friends or with the guy?
No, with a guy.
Oh, so would you genuinely say, do you think a lot of girls will go out in order to meet a dude? Is that the purpose?
Yeah, some of them, yeah, but also guys, like when they go out, like.
Oh yeah, no, like 100% of guys are, but I mean, no, I thought you were going the other way with it though. I thought you were saying when you're with your friends, you don't like to be.
I don't really like to be approached, yeah, because I mean, obviously, if I'm just having fun with my friends, I'm not out for, you know, to look for someone, exactly.
Fair enough. Okay, so.
Like the old school kind of thing. I don't know if I just like a supermarket.
Fair enough.
The fruit or something, I don't know.
I don't know, but I mean, I think it's better to meet in real life. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I think like the energy you feel, it's much more authentic and genuine. Any final thoughts then? So what should guys do? Guys watching this, what should guys do to level up? And women watching this, should they lower their expectations and just marry an average dude?
Absolutely. I mean, it's...
Because how do we solve this? How do we solve the dating problem? Because you got these dudes, right, who are sitting there with their dick in their hand. Apologies for the expression. Like they're sitting there at home in their mother's basement, like going through the dating app. They're not getting a match. You know, or they're getting three matches a month or something, and like no dates. And then you've got these girls who are getting all of these DMs, but they're looking at these dudes on the yacht in Miami, or some party in Los Angeles, and they're going, oh yeah, I want him, I want better and better and better. But there's only so many of those guys to go around. So how do we bridge the divide?
Oh my God, that's a very tricky question, to be honest. I don't know. It's very personal. It's a very personal choice. I don't belong to that kind of group of people, so I'm not attracted. If you show off too much, I'm not gonna. Yeah, fair enough. I'm not gonna want to be like around you or anything.
Yeah, fair enough. Good stuff. Okay, well, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much, and speak soon.
Again.
Bye-bye. We're in central London with Mary Kate and Kelly, and we're here to talk about modern dating. So first question for you guys is, what are women looking for from men in 2024, and are they delivering?
Just looking for someone who wants to commit to a proper relationship.
Someone funny, I think, and nice.
Sense of humour.
A sense of humour, someone who's kind, someone who still has like, not old values, but also like holds the door open for you, thinks about you, picks you up a sweet treat after work, after you've had a long day.
Chivalry's not dead.
Chivalry, hopefully, is not dead.
You know, one of the things, because we've been doing a few of these today, we talked to some different women, and one of the things that's come up a few times is this thing about commitment. And would you say that there's a lot of, maybe it's a London thing, but there's a lot of dudes out there, and you're not like women, you know, it's finding someone who you like, but also getting them to commit. Is that the difficult thing that you're finding?
Yeah.
I think so.
I think in London, like, there's a very big culture of like dating a lot of people, going on a lot of different dating apps, and seeing many people at the same time, and you're kind of just hoping to find that person who just wants to look for one person and put all their energy in you.
Yeah, I think the grass is always greener for people over here compared to home.
Are you from Ireland as well?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Do you notice a difference? Can you notice a discernible difference then how it is?
Yeah, definitely.
I don't really date around at home. It's kind of like you go on one or two and then that's it.
And then you're kind of with them.
Then you get married.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Have kids.
Yeah.
That's it, locked down.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, is it possible? Why do you think that is, though? Is it because the guys that you are going for are maybe they've got a lot of options? So could it be?
Here, there's just so many different people. So, like, people are coming and going all the time. Way more population here.
Fair enough.
You can just, if someone doesn't suit you, you can just go on, again, like dating apps, find someone else the next day.
Yeah, find someone else. Like, that girl didn't work out, even though they only gave her one chance, and they're like, right, let's go back to the drawing board and try again, yeah.
But don't you think it's actually harder for guys? Because there's a lot of guys out there, and they're not even getting a match. They're sitting there in their mother's basement, you know, with the, like, you know, the dating app, and they're getting like 3 matches a month or something and no dates. Whereas you guys, you know, presumably, I'm guessing you're getting like, you know, you open up the app and you got like...
Yeah, I suppose it is harder for them, but then I think once they get one, they think, okay, just because I got this one person, maybe now I can like get more. So this is just the beginning of it, even though it's not.
It really isn't. So basically, the message to guys out there: you got to man up. You got to man up.
Man up, settle down.
You don't have to keep like.
If you like her, tell her none of these like games and messing. Yeah.
But women kind of like the games as well, don't they? Because then if the dude's on the first date, he's like, hey, listen, you know, and lays all his cards out on the table, you guys just get bored, and then you're just like, oh, fuck this dude, I want to go with Chad over there.
Yeah, that is true, but I think maybe after like the third date, then it's enough.
Just give it a chance.
Give it a chance. Give love a chance, guys.
Yeah. Give love a chance.
Many thanks, guys.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye. So we're here with the lovely Alejandra, and we're just going to talk a little bit about modern dating, men and women. So Alejandra, you're from Colombia, but you're based in London at the moment. So
hello, everyone.
Good to meet you. So I wanted to ask you, basically, what are women in 2024 looking for from men?
I think the most important is find someone to support all time, because normally the women's, if I have a relationship, I would like to have someone to support me in all the time.
When you say support, do you mean financial or more like emotional?
No, I think in my case it's more emotional, but I think the woman thinking financial too, because the woman spend, I don't know, too much money in nails, in hair, whatever.
Hair, makeup, like...
Yeah, and this is the reason because the women try to search someone to support financially. Yeah. But I think in 2024 or 2023, the last year, the people prefer to financial for this way.
So you think that some women are still looking for financial, you know, from men to fund them, but do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing?
For me, it's a bad thing.
You are independent woman.
Yeah, I am independent woman, but for example, London half of the culture, if you invite someone you are a man.
Yeah.
If you invite someone to go, I don't know, a party or a coffee, always the man need to pay. But
yeah.
The reason is because the woman have like the ship in her head or in the mind to always the man need to pay everything.
Do you think, but you...
I think it's fine. Probably you can invite 1 to 3 times, but we need, or in my case, I have the option to choose when I want to pay, but I don't want to stay with someone to just pay me everything, and I need like, for him just for money, no?
Of course, yeah, I get it.
I need someone to stay emotional, or financial, or in all the things, in all the contexts.
So let's talk about Colombia, because obviously, how long have you been in London for now?
1 year.
Do you love it?
I love this weather.
English guys? Yeah, feeling it?
I prefer the English people to have a relationship because I think
Oh yeah.
because I think it's different. It's different. For example, the culture in Colombia, the people is more like party all time, and
Like marry.
no, not for married. The people prefer. For example, in London, the people search someone to marry it,
Yeah.
but in Colombia, depends. You need like.
So my perception would be that the society in Colombia, it's a bit more traditional, maybe a bit more patriarchal. Is that true or is that wrong? Because whereas in England, you know how it's very equal, I guess, between the genders now. Is that not true?
I think in Colombia it's different because you can marry it with someone you really like. But
Okay.
in London depends what is your job, if you have money or not, or what is your social state.
Oh, so what you think that? Would you say that women in Colombia are less concerned about status and money than women in London?
We know are concerned in Colombia, or depend your family, but normally no. The people, I think now change the things because in Colombia the people now, or especially the women in the principal city, Cartagena, Bogotá, Medellin, try to stay with someone to all for financial.
Right. Okay.
But in London, it's different because I think the people just think, for me, in London, the people think in sex, in enjoy the things, in like that.
Do you use dating apps?
Yes.
What's the quality been like of the guys that are hitting you up on the dating apps in London?
Depends the app because there are a lot of apps. For example, I know one app is just you can put in the guys put in the app how much you spend, how much you earn on your.
Oh, like sugar dating.
Yeah, but imagine this is really wrong. It's like a shit for me because imagine you want to stay with someone it's more important for the person how much you earn in the year. What person do you have?
Well, I think guys have always had to provide some sort of resources in a relationship to women, haven't they? I mean, I did actually read, there's a book by Dr. David Buss about reasons why women have sex. And culturally, across all cultures, gift giving and sort of resource giving, it's always been kind of part of the equation. I'm not saying it should be, but I think it's always kind of been there, hasn't it? A little bit.
I think it's the same because, for example, if I change the position to be a man, I would like to stay with someone to really appreciate the things inside me and stay with me in all locations. If I'm poor or I'm rich, whatever, but stay with me all the time.
Yeah.
But if I stay with someone just for my money, okay, I prefer to stay alone.
Yeah, no, I would agree. So what are the top qualities you look for in a guy?
Handsome.
Thank you.
Handsome to support me. I think the most important is that to stay all when I need, he always stay for me.
Nice. So you're looking for that emotional bond, that emotional connection.
Yeah, I work, I study. I think I can get the other things.
Yeah. Do you think you'll stay in UK or what's the plan late after?
No, right now I am studying in the UK. I am doing a master, but in Colombia I am engineer.
Will you return to Colombia? Is that your plan, like longer term?
I don't know. Depends.
We'll see how life goes. It depends who's out there.
London depends the case.
We'll see. So anybody, well, here we go.
Yeah, thank you.
Good stuff. Lovely to meet you.
Love you. Enjoy my.
And I'm talking to Maggie about modern relationships, dating and so on. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm very good. So the first question that I wanted to ask you was, what are women looking for in men in 2024?
I think authenticity would be something that would come to my mind first because I feel like there's so many people who are trying to be someone else that it's kind of exhausting in a way. So I feel like you just want to find someone that like feels real.
Yeah.
So that's what like I'm looking for at least. So
when you say authenticity, what precise do you mean?
Conversations or like going to places because you think it's cool. I feel like it's cool to like take someone somewhere because it actually means something and you actually like it without like, oh, I want to take them to like Harrods just because like, oh, it's a cool place to go and girls love it. So like I feel like authenticity is something that really lacks.
Are you from London originally or
I'm from Georgia.
From Georgia?
I'm from Georgia actually.
So I was in Oh, nice. Because I was in Tbilisi actually. Yeah, like a year or so.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I really like it actually. Yeah, it's really pretty.
Very nice. That's really nice. Yeah, I feel like Georgians are, I'm not going to say like they're really authentic, but like compared to like other nationalities that we've met in our lives, they're much more real in a way. So I feel like that's a cultural thing that we have from the place that we grew up. So that's something that we lack.
Well, that's interesting actually, because how long have you been in London for then?
2 years.
Are you studying or?
I finished now at work.
Okay, cool. So how would you compare the dating scene, or well, let's say men, well, maybe not. Not dating scene if you want. Well, let's say men and or the dating scene. How would you compare that from here to Georgia? Because it seems to me Georgia is a much more traditional sort of place. So could you see a difference in terms of how men and women interrelate in the both places?
So I feel like Georgian guys try harder to like get women.
Simps.
No, really. It's like literally like they try their best to.
Do they buy flowers?
They buy flowers, gifts, like they take you on like incredible dates and stuff.
Will they buy flowers on the first date?
Would they? I think so. Maybe, yeah. I think so. Depends on like what age group you're in, because like I feel like teenagers wouldn't do it, but like older people would.
It's interesting actually, because when I was in Russia, and I was, which I know I'm not, or in Ukraine as well, I've noticed that you would see guys arriving at the metro with flowers. They're bringing the flowers for the day.
I did gesture that you just appreciate someone and like you appreciate their time, so it's kind of cute, I guess. But I feel like Western cultures also do that sometimes. I've been on dates that.
I think you do, but a bit further down the line. I wouldn't necessarily do it. I think the problem, like if you did that in London or Miami, you turn up on the date with flowers, she'd probably like block you the next day. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I guess maybe. Depends on where you're going and what you're doing. I don't know, but yeah.
So what's the ideal guy for you then? What kind of boxes does he have to tick?
So he has to be independent. He has to like know what he wants in life. I feel like that's major, because like if someone's confused, I don't think they should be dating. I feel like that should be on like a path that they want.
You mean in terms of like, even like family and what they want for their future?
So. I mean, I don't think you necessarily have to know if you want to be in a serious relationship or not. I feel like it's more about just wanting to have a connection with someone. So I think it's great. I don't know. But I haven't really thought about it like that way, but I feel like if I would look for someone, I would look for someone who wants to just like have a good time in life and not force things to happen and just relax. Because I feel like everyone's stressed, I swear to God. It's like, just have a good time. Like, people forget to do that.
So people need to chill more, But it's busy, like big city, very busy, a lot of responsibilities.
And I feel like everyone's really like career oriented in London, so they kind of forget to actually like take time to have nice relationships, like authentic relationships. So.
I know. Well, hopefully you'll bring a bit of that vibe back. So, yeah, absolutely. Good start. Well, listen, it's been a pleasure to talk to you, and thank you very much.
No worries. Have a great day.
Just one thing to finish. If you had a word of advice for both the guys out there and the girls out there, what they should be doing to improve their dating lives, what would it be?
I would say not to take it too seriously, and you shouldn't know anything in advance. You should just actually take the time to hang out with the person and don't plan everything, and don't think that like, oh, that's going to be your husband or your wife. Just hang out with them and see how it goes.
It's all about the vibe.
It is. It's all about the energy.
Thank you very much.
Thank you as well.
So I'm here with Marika. We're going to be talking a little bit about modern dating. So you are from the United States of America, I believe, and you're Utah.
Yeah.
What's the dating scene? What's the dating scene like in Utah? Is that a hotbed of?
No, it's non-existent.
Oh, okay. So
I usually date outside of Utah.
Did you go to university sort of somewhere outside or anything like that?
No, I went to the University of Utah.
Okay, fair enough. So the first question really was, what are women looking for in men in 2024?
It's funny, I just had this conversation with one of my guy friends over tea.
Oh.
I think for me, the biggest thing is someone who's kind, accepting, supportive. Yeah, I mean, I think those are like the main qualities. Obviously, someone you get along with and can spend an extended amount of time with them. That's important.
Yeah. What about looks?
I'm not that crazy about looks. I think it's more about the personality. But a really nice smile is important for me.
Yeah.
And then I have a weird thing, hands.
Hands?
Yes. Yeah.
So what's it got to be about the hands?
The hands just have to be like clean, like if your fingernails are like too long or dirty or something like that.
Do you think men should get a manicure?
Yes,
Seriously, don't you think, isn't that a little bit metrosexual?
No, I think it's
What?
good hygiene.
So, what, even seriously to get a manicure?
Yeah,
What about a pedicure?
I think that's fine too.
Seriously?
As long as it's not like you're getting your toes painted.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm all down with the hygiene and stuff, but I'm not really on board with the whole, it's a bit, it feels a little bit, just to get definitely pedicure and manicure, I don't think I'd be on board.
Really? What if your girlfriend dragged you?
I mean,
Fell in love with it.
if she dragged me, I would probably go along with it, and see what it was like. But
You don't know. You might like it.
I think it's one of those feminine.
In the past, and they've loved it. Yeah.
You've taken boyfriends in the past
Yeah, just to go get a pedicure with me.
in Utah.
Yeah.
Jesus, like I can't imagine Utah being like some dude being like dragged along to get a pedicure.
Yeah, but it's like a treat. It's like a massage.
I don't know. You girls, you're into some. It's just because I think being a woman, you're into this. Like, there's a lot of work involved, isn't there? You got to get the hair done, you got to get the nails, the makeup, all of this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I think as guys, we don't do all that, and we're kind of quite happy that we don't have to do so much of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I think it just makes. I think it makes a difference. You just look more put together.
Well,
It's like a haircut.
I'm on board with haircuts. I'm on board with getting like decent haircuts. But all right, bit of grooming advice there from Marique. So thank you for that. What about money though? We haven't talked about money yet. So is that important? Is that important to you?
I think so. I think it's important to most women. Yeah.
So you look like a very well put together woman.
Thank you.
I like your coat.
Thank you.
It's very nice.
Thanks.
So would you date a guy who earns less than you?
I guess I have a career that's a little more, I've taken more risks in my career, so I would want someone who is more stable than me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you a bit unstable?
No, not unstable, but I think it's like, I like taking risks, so I'll say like, oh, I'll start this business, or I'll do this, or,
Yeah.
So I think if it's two people that are both taking high risks, that's not very stable or like comfortable, you know what I mean? Yeah.
That's interesting. Can I ask what line of work you're in?
So right now I work in real estate and hotel development.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So there's some dude and he's earning like half of what you're making,
Okay.
but he's kind of cute. Would you go there? Would you date him?
I think at this point in my life, no, because
No brokies.
I had well, not even that. I had a friend say, I don't want to date on potential. And I like that,
Yeah, I've heard that actually. I've heard women say about that.
Yeah, I just heard it for the first time, but I actually agree. I think you kind of want to know, what you're getting into.
So is lifestyle important?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So, but you're single now, or you have a boyfriend?
I'm single.
And is that so? Presumably, relationships in the past. Would you say there's a pattern for how come you haven't found somebody to persist with, go on for longer with?
Yeah, I think it's mostly that the relationship's usually great, but then there's like this one thing that just doesn't align,
He doesn't get a pedicure.
or he doesn't want kids or something like that,
Yeah. Okay.
Stuff, yeah. That's usually the reason it hasn't worked out.
Fair enough. And have you mainly had relationships in Utah then? Has that been your main stamping ground?
No, I've dated in LA, New York, yeah.
Okay, all right. So they're pretty high value kind of environments, right? So, is it because you're dating guys who are of a certain sort of level in terms of, however you define high value man, these are some high value guys, and those guys have got a lot of options. Could it be something to do with that?
I don't think so. I think it actually is. I think when you have a lot of options and then you choose one, I think it actually makes it more special because it wasn't like you didn't have any options and you're just going with who's available. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it actually makes it better.
Yeah. No, I would agree. I just think, do you think there's something in the idea that there's a sort of a small pool of guys who a lot of women are chasing? And then there's a bunch of dudes underneath that who the women are kind of ignoring, but there could be some good guys in that group. But they're kind of getting overlooked.
I don't think women should be chasing men, period. So
Okay, chasing's maybe the wrong word there, but I meant like, you know, that they would like to date, you know, let's say the top 20% of dudes, and then there's a bunch of dudes down here who are working for, you know, CVS or something, and these girls aren't looking at them. But there could be some good dudes in that group, you know?
yeah, I think so. I think everyone's so different in what they want. Yeah, because I've dated somebody who maybe didn't have like, you know, a crazy career. But I think it was more so the lack of ambition that wasn't attractive.
Right,
You
okay.
know?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, if there were, or passion. you
Yeah.
know? I think if it was somebody who was like, you know, a professor or did research or something like that, and they were so passionate and invested in their, you know, in their career or just their life's work, I think that would be totally fine, and that's actually really attractive.
Yeah, no, I can appreciate that. I mean, you use the words ambition, though. I mean, is it that ultimately you're hoping they reach that potential that we talked about before, or do you think maybe in a certain case that the passion could be enough? I think this guy's super passionate.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're passionate, then the success will follow, right? Like, I mean, and that doesn't always mean like monetarily. It could be that if you're a professor, you get tenure, or you make some discovery, or you know, whatever. You get published. So I think it's more so. Yeah, I think that's so varied.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Okay, well, thank you ever so much. Any final words of wisdom for the, you know, let's say a word of wisdom for the women and a word of wisdom for the guys. What do they need to do to solve their dating problems?
I think that women shouldn't give up and get disheartened, because I know it can be hard. And I think for men, I think they should be more, they should pursue more, and they should kind of, I don't know how to say it, but like be very concrete about the person. Like if they're interested in someone, pursue them and be sure about them. Yeah. Because
Man up.
Yeah, because I think that actually creates like confidence in the woman, and it creates like comfort in the woman, and then it's like a better relationship.
Words of wisdom there, all the way from Utah. Thank you so much. Lovely to meet you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. I'm joined by Kate, who is from Ukraine and now living in London. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Everything's very nice.
Good, very good to meet you. I like your coat. Is that a very nice fur coat?
Yeah, thank you.
Very stylish. So listen, I wanted to ask you about modern dating, and the first question really is, in 2024, what are women looking for in men?
First of all, it's emotional comfortable. It should be very, very comfortable with men, with emotions about him, self-confidence, and of course, comfortable in general.
Comfortable?
Yes.
You mean his vibe, or?
In general vibe, and comfortable that man could create for woman.
How she feels?
How she feels, emotional connect, and another one, comfortable in life. It's everything about where they will create their family, where they will spend their time, home place.
So you mean they will make the woman feel secure and like looked after and protected and these things?
Yes.
And what about money? I mean, does that come into this? Like how much the guy earns? Is that an important factor?
I think it's important, of course, because it's very important question when women and men want to create family. But, you know, it's not like the first position in relationships. It's not very important, because with the time you will understand if you want to stay with men for longer time or just for...
Fun.
Yes. It's true.
It's true. So basically, if you were to get into a longer term relationship, you'd probably be looking for it. Would you ever date a guy seriously who was earning less money than you?
Yes.
You would?
Sorry, could you ask again, please?
Would you get into a serious relationship if the guy is earning less money than you?
Mm-hmm. I think that it's not a problem.
Okay.
It's not a problem, because if you really enjoy time with this person, I think that you and he decide questions how to create a more comfortable life for both of us.
So you can figure it out between the two of you, basically.
Yes. I think it's not a problem. It's important to discuss everything between people. First of all, it should be normal communication.
So here's the one for you. So how do you think the guys are different in Ukraine versus England? Because it seems to me, I mean, having been to both places, or I'm from England and I've been in Ukraine, it seems like there is a difference. But what would you say?
In general, I think that it's very big difference between mentality of Ukrainian and English people, of course. Our men is much more stronger. They take care much more about their family, and what I'm looking here is very big difference, too much different people, especially men. Not too much feminine men.
So what? So there's too many feminine men in England?
Yes, I saw too much pairs, too much men who's really feminine.
So you don't think the masculinity is not as strong in UK as it is in Eastern Europe and indeed Ukraine?
Yes. But in my home country, in Ukraine, I saw too much men, and they are strong, and they don't like this kind of men, really.
So as a woman coming to a culture like the UK, do you find these men attractive who you deem to be, more feminine? Do you find that you find it hard to find that attractive, or could you get used to that?
Sorry, I need to understand more question.
Do you, as a woman from that culture, do you find men who are more feminine in England attractive or not?
No, for me, no. For me, first of all, it's important everything about characteristic of man, about his behavior, about his acts, about another things.
So do you think the men in the UK are pussies?
Yes.
Well, there you go. I mean, I can't disagree. I think that there's been an issue with, like, men have become less masculine, and I think women maybe. Do you think women in the UK are different from Ukrainian women?
Yes, of course, because we have different priority in our life. Like, for Ukrainians, it's much more important to build family first.
Yes.
And how I saw here, how I noticed that here is too much women who is concentrate on another things. It's maybe because everything from the family time.
So you think maybe like they're concentrating too much on their career or their job or these things? Because you guys often will get married at a younger age, right?
Yes, it's true. It's everything is from our childhood. How parents try to discuss with them children how to build their life.
Yeah.
And in London, here is too much opportunities for women. So I think it's really very nice idea to create career and concentrate on other things.
But do you think it's good that women should have their own career, or do you think they would be better thinking more about family and settling down earlier and concentrating on that?
I think that it depends on the situation, of course. If you could open yourself in career, it's nice. If you could realize yourself much more in family, it's nice too. So it's everything about choice between person.
Do you work yourself?
Yes, I'm working.
Can I ask what your line of work is?
I'm psychologist.
Okay. Very interesting. I think it's very interesting. There is definitely this like difference between the mentality of the guys in Ukraine and women as well, because women in Ukraine also seem to be much more feminine, I think, than many of the women in the Anglosphere, let's say. Would you agree?
Yes, I agree, but I saw here too much beautiful girls, international, like from another countries, cities, and I like them too. But of course, I'm sure that Ukrainians, it's another.
Absolutely. Well, there's many different flavors out there to try. So any final words of advice to English or UK or European men, how they can level up?
I think that it will be problem to make every man without it's difficult. It's difficult to explain. But if men really have some special man characteristic inside of them, it's okay. It's good to concentrate of himself inside and grow like a man. But
do you think men should be more focused on being masculine again? And because you know how we have a culture where that's very politically correct and they call it woke. Do you think it's better for men to be like, well, no, sod that. I'm going to be masculine. I'm going to be what my nature tells me to be, not what society tells me to be?
I think that it's important, of course, to feel yourself first of all, and after that, thinking about society and about people who around you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good stuff. Well, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Speak soon.
To communicate with you.
Absolutely. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So what have we learned today? Well, basically, there's a lot of women out here and they seem to be looking for commitment from guys and they're not getting it. And reading between the lines, in many cases, it's probably because the guys that they're going for are of that higher value bracket and they're not able to lock them down because these dudes have got a lot of different options out there in the field. However, whether these girls will admit that to themselves is another thing, but it's been a very interesting exercise in finding out what's actually going on out there. And it does seem like, guys think that we've got all the problems, we find it very difficult in the dating scene, but actually women are having difficulties as well. So it's not really good news for anybody out there at the moment. Okay guys, so if you enjoyed this video, please make sure you give me a like on the way out. Please hit subscribe to the channel, hit the notifications bell as well. Write a comment underneath to let me know what your thoughts are on any of the conversations we've had today. And you can also follow me on social media across Twitter or X, Instagram and TikTok at RealTroyFrancis. Thank you very much.